All right. I'll pull up the YouTube just to see what's there.
Okay, welcome to Take Offense.
If you're on YouTube.
If you're on YouTube.
We're about to
do something where we're going to stream it on YouTube and on Facebook Live all at the same time because we're still working on this YouTube streaming thing. All of my technology skills are old.
Are you mad at me? Wasn't that done?
I did.
Let me see if it's popping up on YouTube.
Ah, dang it. My button's on the bottom there.
Dang it.
Alright, we're going to flip this bitch.
Let's see, accounts.
Alright.
All right. How are we doing here?
We're ready to go live when you are.
Oh, there's a live Take Offense stream right there with us. Look at that.
Sweet. Awesome. All right.
We might have figured some stuff out.
Might have.
Go ahead.
All right. So we're going to go live on Facebook now.
3, 2,
2,
1.
1. Welcome to Take Offense.
Welcome to Take Offense. Don't take offense.
Take a stand. And if you take offense,
With what we say, it could be your conscience tapping you on the shoulder. We'll figure it out. Don't worry about it.
yeah, we're doing dual live right now. We're on Facebook and YouTube.
Dual live.
Dual live.
So we'll end up sharing the Facebook. No, I mean the YouTube on the Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll figure all this out. And
There we go. AC turned off now.
ah, wonderful. The AC is a little loud, but yeah, supposedly we're going hell bent for leather.
Yes. Wow. Judas Priest. Nice.
It pops in every now and then.
So,
There we go.
what I wanted to jump on first, something that for those of you who know and listen to the show, is something that would be obviously very close to my heart, and I don't know which camera to look at. This is freaking crazy, but I'll do it that way.
Let's do it this way.
Let's do it that
That
way.
way we can.
All right, that'll work too. Hey, look at that.
Hey, now we're looking
kinda
sort of
looking
at the same.
both
This
kinda-
is weird because on YouTube, Cody's here and I'm over there, and on Facebook, Cody's over there and I'm right here. So it's a little
yeah.
odd.
But something for those of you who know me, who this is obviously close to my heart, being from Houston. Hurricane Harvey hitting. Everyone that I know down there, or at least that I have Facebook with down there, is okay.
Good.
Everyone, they are okay physically. Excuse me. I did have one friend whose home is a total loss. There's absolutely nothing to be done. I mean, the hot water heater was outside of the house. I mean, it's bad. It's really, really bad. And
I had a weird dream last night. It was very odd. I dreamed I was in like an old New Orleans neighborhood where, and I don't know if Houston's anything like this, but the front yard, it's like a front yard, and then there's 2 streets, and then there's what we call a neutral ground, which is what most people call the median.
mm-hmm.
And it's a big, wide median, and then 2 more streets on the other side, and then houses. And it was odd because I like walked into the front yard and there was this river going down the middle of the street, and just going through cars and like pulling out luggage. It was odd. I was like, why am I dreaming about water? This doesn't make me happy.
Okay. But there's been a lot of relief efforts. Go find the one you want to donate to. Do your research on them, because anytime something charity comes up, you got to do your research on them first to make sure they are legit.
Yeah.
One of the
Community Church is doing hurricane reliefs, and it's being sponsored by
All right. Your community church is being sponsored by Wavy. They're doing hurricane reliefs. That's in our area. Community church. There's what, 3 of them now?
Yes.
Okay, 3 community churches. Check them out. I know J.J. Watt started one with the goal of $200,000, raising $200,000, and he is now at $15 million. J.J. Watt's an awesome American, great guy, and you know, a dude from Wisconsin who has really fallen in love with the city of Houston. You know, living there, playing for the Texans, and it's just a really J.J. Watt is the John Cena of the NFL when it comes to charity work. He really is. He's an awesome dude. He actually spends his money very well too. Because when he got his first big contract, they're like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna buy this?" He's like, "No, I'm good." You know, just. And I'm sure he, by now, this time, you know, in his career, he's got, you know, a big house and nice cars and everything, but he's earned it.
Well, that was like Shaquille O'Neal. I remember stories about him. His first year, he blew his paychecks, and somebody grabbed him and said, "You need to talk."
Yeah,
you need to talk.
Hand me the phone there. It's gonna get kind of weird. Just hand it to me so I can turn off my volume there. So I just got a notification of something. What did I get a notification of? Oh, an email.
Amanda.
Saying I changed my password on Facebook. There we go. Put that back there now. Okay, you just got a close up of me. Awesome. We can kind of turn it if you want, but no, it is devastating down there. Seeing pictures of places that I know, and I do have to go on my rant that I went on Facebook, on my personal Facebook, about a certain Houstonian, and I use that term extremely loosely.
A certain
fucking Joel Osteen.
I mean, was he there?
Yeah. His $10 million home is in Houston.
No. But he just got new carpets in the church. I mean, people with muddy feet, that's bad for it. You know how big that church is, all that carpeting? It's brand new carpet.
If you weren't being sarcastic right now, you'd probably be dead. He's a complete and total douchebag. He waited till Tuesday to open up his church after the media backlash. His press conference was pathetic.
It doesn't matter, dude. His people will polarize to him.
Yeah.
Even more strongly now.
Well, even his father-in-law said that the water never made it over the flood walls. They said the basement was flooded. That is a fucking lie.
Don't lie.
The basement of the parking garage was flooded. Not the church. His father-in-law, they have flood walls in that church because guess what? It used to be called the Compaq Center. That's where the Rockets played before they moved. There's flood walls in that building. The water never made it over the flood walls. There's pictures of this. All the pictures of the basement was the parking garage. People, when he said it's inaccessible, one dude, we know now. All right, playing with it. One dude walked 3 miles to Lakewood Church to show how accessible it was, and then was videoing it. And they said we never closed our doors to anyone. There was no one there to open the doors.
Right.
The doors were locked. There was no water inside. This guy's filming through the windows and everything. A lot of people did it. A lot of people went down there and filmed how accessible it was.
But all the people that worked there had gone somewhere else?
Yeah, they said, we're still a distribution center. There was nothing there to distribute. And they pulled this, the city told us not to open as a shelter. Haven't heard one word of the city about that.
Sounds like Cody's taking offense.
I am.
He needs to take a breath.
I am. I'm taking offense to somebody that calls himself a Houstonian.
I think what really gets Cody's goat is you've got this guy
resource.
With, could really, really help the community easily.
Well, it's like the guys who owned the mattress stores.
Mattress Mac.
Mattress Mac at Gallery Furniture, one of the best guys in the world.
Mattress
Thank you,
Mac.
Mattress Mac.
We will post links below.
Mattress Mac opened his doors and said, "Hey, bring
Didn't even think twice about it.
bring some blankets and stuff and
Guess
sleep
what?
on the mattresses."
And guess what? He didn't ask the city for permission. He
Yeah.
just did it.
Why ask permission?
You just do it.
You know what happens when you bring politics into this thing? When Katrina happened, they had a caravan of trucks full of goods that were rolling down the highway to New Orleans, and the mayor of New Orleans turned them back.
It's Chocolate City, man. They're going to take care of themselves.
That's what happens when politics gets involved in stuff. So screw that.
And then you have people.
People need to take care of people.
I'm gonna brag on family for a minute because our brother and sister, well, his sister, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law, were out in the middle of all of the recovery efforts, going out doing water rescues.
In a
Our
boat?
brother-in-law can't even swim, and he's out rescuing people out of the water.
So Cody's sister and brother-in-law were out in the water, pulling people in. Good for them.
Yeah.
But
I am so proud to call him family because he was out there day one. Like I said, he can't swim. And he's out there in a boat helping people. They went and hooked up with the Texas Navy. At one point,
did you see the angry cat?
no.
Okay.
At one point, I think it was on Monday or Tuesday, they actually got turned away and told to go somewhere else because there was too many volunteers in the area. There was lines of people at the buildings for volunteers.
It's Texas.
And not just Texas. Cajun Navy was there too.
Nice.
Cajun Navy showed up.
Cajun Navy was actually getting shot at
Yeah.
by looters and looters trying to take their boats.
The Cajun Navy was getting shot at. You don't shoot at Cajuns. That's a terrible idea. That's like the worst idea ever. Because they'll shoot back.
Yeah.
And actually, somebody posted something. I don't remember who it was, but they were of the opinion that looters should be shot on sight.
In a situation like this, most definitely.
If you're trying to steal resources let's put it to you this way. If you've got a group of people and you send out a party and they go get water and food and they're bringing it back to this group, fine. You're just getting resources. But if you're taking advantage of a situation and trying to just steal, pillage, and whatever, yeah, you need to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have a problem with that.
Me neither.
So
But-
there was a post online that my wife showed me, and the post starts off with, "Normally I'm a dog person, but there's this cat, and this cat doesn't look afraid. This cat doesn't look upset. This cat looks pissed off." And they show this cat swimming in the water, and it's got the angry cat look on the grumpy cat look on its face. And they were talking about this cat has one fuck and it just gave it. So now this cat is just pissed. This reverse angle thing is pissing me off. I keep leaning the wrong way on the YouTube thing. I'm gonna have to look down at the Facebook and see that. But oh my goodness gracious, yeah. Storms can do some crazy stuff. Katrina, it was the same way. You know, you just got to get organized. I mean, you got to be organized.
And
Houston didn't expect what they got.
no, they did.
Did they? I thought it was I know a bunch of people in Corpus Christi.
The
went,
mayor.
we're out.
The mayor said, "You got nothing to worry about." The governor said, "Don't listen to the mayor. If you stay, just write your name and social security number on your arm so we can identify the body."
Yeah. Yeah, that's very similar to what happened in.
That's a quote. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
I don't think they expected it to be as bad.
How
They
can
knew
you
it was gonna
not?
be bad, but I don't think even
Dude,
now,
it was.
I don't think you
it was
can-
a Category 4 hurricane when it got to the coast,
Yeah,
and
and
that's like
Houston's a bowl.
they weren't
it's a big
expecting
bowl.
the amount of flooding that they
Yeah.
got.
Houston's a bowl. Houston floods with a bad rain.
yeah. So essentially Houston is New Orleans.
Yeah.
So bad idea. But people get People get squirrely ideas.
And you know, I'm glad yesterday the Astros were able to play at Minute Maid Park.
Where's that?
In Houston.
Oh, they had a home game?
Yeah, they had a home game yesterday. They were playing their home games in Tampa. And Tampa, being as awesome as they are, and good on you, Rays, and their organization, they, you know, because it's their stadium, so they get all the money from the games played there. All profits went to hurricane relief.
Nice.
They had the game yesterday. The day before, the Mets let them have an off day. They were playing the Mets. So they agreed to make that an off day so that the team could go out and do community efforts, which was cool on the Mets to do that. But what was even cooler on the Mets was they went to
That's
and
awesome.
worked and helped them out in the community. And
cool.
they didn't have to do that, and that's really, really awesome of them. You know, it's times like this that we see things step up, and this is the time where we all need to start and look. You want to talk about the politics of everything going on. This is the time where we need to stop and look at Houston. Look what's going on. Okay? Black people are helping white people. White people are helping black people. Doesn't matter. When it comes in times of crisis, we need to stick together no matter what. And guess what? We're in a time of crisis in this country.
Dude, we're in a time of crisis in this world. We need to be earthlings. We need to be humans.
Exactly.
Humanity.
Yeah, let's get united and stop letting them separate us. It's the few that are coming that are separating everyone. Do you watch Vice on HBO?
I have.
Vice News. They did a Charlottesville special this week, or this last week. They were at Charlottesville, in the middle of everything.
We got a comment.
Oh, you mean from like a month ago?
Viewer, Brennan, our old boss from Stat Medical,
Oh, hey.
is saying all people are helping all people.
That's right. That's
All
right.
People.
I was just making the more poignant point in that, you know, the one that would make people, because if you say black or white, people go, ooh, what? Listen. Or what was I saying?
You were talking about the Vice special
Vice.
on HBO.
Yeah, so they're there. They're at Charlottesville during this. She was, the chick from Vice was hanging out with the alt-right guys. And interviewing them and everything. And it's like, how the fuck can you think this way? I mean, these are Nazis. They call themselves nationalists. They are Nazis. And the cameras were there when the people were getting hit by the cars. They showed it. They showed it looked like a Camaro plow through people, hit them so hard that its bumper was coming off, and then backed out of there and got away.
Did they show the part where he pulls in and got hit with sticks?
The Camaro? The Camaro came out of nowhere. The other cars were the ones that got hit by sticks. The Camaro just shot in. There was a van that pulled in there, and then another car, and then the Camaro came in behind them. But they came in with the intent to hit people.
Oh, that's shitty. The poor guy that they show the video of, who was the guy who actually killed some young lady. When they show the full video of that, he was trying to drive around, and a bunch of people started whacking his car with sticks, and so
He's the one that kept going forward.
he was just trying to get away. Yeah.
The Camaro came in and hit people and then backed down the street.
Yeah, that's just shitty.
Mm-hmm.
CJ's with us.
Hey, CJ.
What's up, motherfucker? Love that fucker.
But yeah, no, it's kind of weird.
It is. It's pretty shitty. Just start treating each other right, man. I mean, it's getting to be too much. You know.
Well, you know what Reagan said? It's going to take an alien invasion to bring us together.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say fuck John Wayne.
Dude, John Wayne fucked Reagan. Everybody knows that. It was a cold night on the Mongol.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Shut up. Well, I tell you,
I tell you,
that was a mighty fine piece of ass.
Let me tell you, Ronnie, it's a little chilly here tonight. I'm thinking you're gonna have to do your duty.
Well, I wish I could quit you.
I don't know how to We check. Yeah. Holy.
You still have a stake to burn at.
You still have to what?
A stake to burn at, CJ. CJ was a guitar player in one of my bands back in the day, and we're doing a little acoustic thing now, a little acoustic duo thing now. But he's a Christian, and you guys know I am not, and so he makes the stake burning jokes all the time. Tell you what, though,
for kicks and giggles, every now and then I'm gonna bring some holy water in and flick it at him, and you can watch it spark. I'll swing by the church.
Don't give CJ ideas. He'll show up with a fire truck full of that.
Hose him down.
Hose me down.
Damn it, he's not on fire.
But yeah, please.
Oh, dude, I saw this thing. It was for Halloween. It was, what was it? Rope, $20, gallon of gasoline, $2, burning a Wiccan at the stake, priceless.
Damn. Come on now. Don't burn Wiccans at the stake. They don't know any better.
Yeah.
Tiffany Stone who's joined us.
Hey, Tiffany.
But
her kids train at Bushido.
oh, nice.
Yeah, and they played baseball, or her son played baseball with Jake.
No fun.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm joking, by the way. It was
Yeah.
it was actually on an SCA news feed 20 years ago. News feed is what we had before Facebook and before YouTube.
What was it?
News feeds.
Oh.
This was the SCA. It was, and somebody was being a smart ass because a good chunk of the SCA is Wiccan.
Society for Consenting Adults.
It is the Society for Consenting Adults. You said it. Not so much these days. It's kind of, now it's a bunch of old people going, remember when we used to do There's a lot less. See, nowadays young kids want to play video games all day, not smack each other with sticks.
Because if they want to be a knight on a video game, they can make it into whatever the fuck they want it to look like.
And they don't have to make their own stuff. They don't have to actually swing the stick. They don't actually, have to do stuff. You can just do it all online.
Don't actually have to do stuff. Speaking of which, okay, so
Don't do stuff.
finally, talking about kids, we finally got everyone registered to school.
Yay.
Down to Friday. School starts Tuesday.
Because we were all about that last minute.
Yep. Well, it did help too that Portsmouth was sitting on their school records for my kids to move into Virginia Beach schools. But so I'm at the schools now, and like I said, we moved to Virginia Beach from Portsmouth schools. Anybody knows about Portsmouth schools?
No,
But
there's something to be desired.
yeah, they have a lot to be desired. But we so putting the kids in school now. Jake and Talon are in middle school and high school, so they get to choose classes for things. And I'm looking at the clubs at this middle school that they got. They have a forensics club.
Yeah.
I am so down with that. I wanted a forensics club. The hell?
You didn't get to do forensics?
We didn't have forensics.
Oh, dude. Caitlin did forensics last year.
Well, yeah, I didn't get to do forensics when I was a kid. They didn't have that in school when I was a kid.
They did, but not where you were.
Probably, yeah, not where I was.
Because there's a young lady, Cindy Chatham, shout out, awesome young lady. But she's very theatrical. And she was part of the forensics club for years when she was in high school. And she's closer to my age than yours.
Okay.
So, and she's from Texas, actually. So, she did it. And yeah, Caitlin did it last year. Caitlin walked in as a 6th grader, got story time, and won a gold medal.
Nice.
Crushed it.
Nice.
If you've met my youngest, she can tell stories. Loves to talk. Very dramatic.
Yes. But I mean, yeah, the classes, I know Jake's taken like, well, they call it teen living now, which is what home ec is. But he's taking this tech ed class, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, Caitlin took the tech ed class. She made one of those little triangles that you put the T's in, so you can see how smart you are.
Well, Jake is going to do a derby car.
Yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff.
But what they're going to do first, the first half of that, because he picked 4 electives and you do one every 9 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And before you go into the wood shop, you spend the first 4.5 weeks you spend in the computer lab, learning how to build the model on the computer.
Oh, fun! I don't
And
think
I'm
she
like,
did that.
that's pretty awesome. But they also teach them how to do electrical stuff and things like that. And it was funny that at orientation, the teacher goes, "Okay, we put them in the electrical stuff and show them how to do electrical stuff. That does not mean your kid can do electrical stuff in your home." He's like, after the high school class, yes. But
Whoa,
not after
really?
this class. Yeah. Yeah, he said in high school they can do it.
Dude, my girls are going into plumbing and electrical and HVAC. We're gonna have some work done around the house before they
Right?
graduate.
Say good morning to Jeremy.
Good morning, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
And Talon's got some cool ones over there too, but he got hooked up. We're going more the academic route because his guidance counselors put him in for advanced diploma,
Okay.
which means he needs to get 26 credits instead of 22,
Okay.
and he's got to take 3 years of a foreign language.
2 years or 2.
Or 2 years of 2. But he's what's cool about that is he took band and algebra in 8th grade, so he's already got 2 high school credits.
Yeah.
So now he only has to get 24.
Dude, in 7th grade, my eldest took Spanish.
I kind of
Spanish
wish Talon
1.
would have done something like that. But
And then she'll take algebra next year as an 8th grader.
okay, yeah, he's going into geometry 1 and 2. They put him down for both. So I'm like, okay, awesome. And
Never did well in geometry.
he's also
I
And
think
I'm a math
I did.
fanatic.
I think I had a bad teacher because I finished with geometry.
blame the teacher.
I don't.
Blame the teacher.
Might as
Way-
well.
Way to go.
I don't have a
God, just like the
clue.
fucking millennials. But no, I'm really excited about this year, and they all get Chromebooks.
Yes.
All of them get Chromebooks. Hunter just doesn't get to take his home. He's in elementary school still.
Well, the 6th graders don't get to bring theirs home. You have to be like 7th and 8th grade to take your Chromebooks home.
Oh, okay.
Well, Jake's 7th grade, so he'll be right.
Well, no, actually, at Larkspur, they're all taking them home.
Oh.
They said that at the orientation. It's because they said it's your kid's job to make sure it gets charged every night.
Yes, that was the thing we did every night. Was the eldest would come home and we'd say, plug in your Chromebook, plug in your phone.
And what's cool is our phones will be attached to their Chromebook. I can see everything they do, every project they're working on, and their grades get updated hourly.
Oh yeah, they've got the parent portal.
Yeah.
The parent portal's super awesome.
Google Classroom. We'll be able to connect right into the Google Classroom.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we can see exactly what he's working on when he's working on it, which is cool.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, we for whatever reason bought the Microsoft house package because, okay, kids, in the old days, when you bought a program, you'd get your program, you'd install it on the computer, and it was yours for as long as it would last. They're going away with that. Now you have to do yearly contracts, and so you buy something and it's good for a year. So I looked at the wife and said, well, sorry, Microsoft. The Google Drive and Docs and
Yeah.
spreadsheets and all that, good enough. You know, I understand Google's taken over the world. Their AIs are already talking to each other. We've gotta just, you know, Google. We might as well just call them Skynet, because they're gonna own it all. Google pretty much is gonna run everything, especially when they get the cars. Then you have to trust Google to take you places, because eventually what they'll do is they'll be so big and powerful, they'll pass laws, federal laws, not state laws, that say that human beings are incompetent as far as driving, and the only way you can drive is to have a Google car take you places to cut down on accidents.
Do we have any note cards? I need to get some note cards.
Note cards?
Note
For,
cards.
like
I
taking
need-
notes?
I need note cards. when you start doing that, yeah. That way, when we're sitting here doing this, I can just start writing on them and just holding them up. Kind of a la Wayne's World. This guy blows goats. I have proof.
You say it now.
It's going to be flipped in reverse. You have to write it backwards.
I'll write it backwards.
He's not that smart.
Fuck you.
He's going to have the arrow pointing
I'm a goddamn genius. You can kiss
that
my ass.
way.
I'll have it right.
Uh-huh.
I'll have it right. Fucking listen to him. I'll have the arrow pointing. I'll do the arrow right, but then write the words backwards. Because if I have the arrow pointing right, it doesn't matter. It'll still be pointing.
Okay, the
towards
way
you.
he just did the arrow, he goes, "I'll point the arrow right."
Well, if I write it this
and
way,
so he's going to point the arrow toward.
Shut up.
Oh, it'll be fun. It's a learning process. Who knows? We'll figure it out.
We'll figure out how to insult each other with note cards.
We'll hold up the first 5 or 6, and it'll be. That's not right.
Oh shit! Fuck.
What? I blow goats? What?
Okay, answer me this. Okay, if anybody's watching, actually, pull that up on YouTube. Pull the video up, because I want to see what the video looks like. Because it might be reversed on YouTube.
No, it's not.
It's not. No, it's reversed.
No, it's not.
Oh. Yeah, she's right.
So the YouTube is the right one.
YouTube's
I mean
right.
the OBX one. No, this is Facebook. This is
Yeah, because see, you can read my
Facebook.
shirt correctly. So YouTube is right.
ah.
So I can do them any way I want.
So I don't know what it was, but it was really funny because on Friday, the eldest had a sleepover, and I'm not sure how she did this, but she burned 40% of our data in like 3 hours.
What does that mean?
We didn't have the unlimited data.
Oh.
We had just the normal data,
That's a you
and
problem.
we were trying to figure out how much we would burn to see if it was worth it to get the unlimited. And when it all went away, I got up the next morning and I went, "Why do we have 16% of our data left?" Upgrade. So now we have unlimited.
We did the same thing when we were in between places, when we were getting ready to move in here, and we were staying with her aunt who doesn't have Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We're like, she doesn't have cable either, so we're like Netflix. And so I was like, and this was right before we got unlimited, and I was like, let me see how much data this will take. To do, like, it was like a half hour on Netflix, and it was like, holy shit. This took a shit ton of data.
Yeah.
And then we switched to unlimited, and I watched like a whole show, and it still shows you your number, like what you've hit on data. But I was like, wow, this takes a lot of fucking data.
Well, the way I looked at it is I looked at the price because you've got to be frugal.
We were hotspot. I was making my phone a hotspot. That's what.
Yeah.
To my PlayStation, so we could watch.
So
Netflix.
I looked at the pricing, and for unlimited data for all 4 phones, I think it was $50 more than we were spending.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. I mean, yeah, go.
Right? Yeah.
Because quite honestly, if you go over your data, it's $35 per megabyte or something?
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous what they charge you.
I thought it was $15 per gig
That
over your limit.
might be.
But
know.
how it's so easy to wipe a gig out. I mean, it's nuts. I mean, I think my phone's over there, motherfucker. You need to hurry up and just stay on YouTube so I can play on my goddamn phone while we're doing this shit.
No way.
Fuckers.
This is actually the most interactive we've been. And that when his phone's
Not
sitting
true. I have a phone now. You fuckers can eat it.
Now, how many wives just...
Did you hear about the cops that beat up the nurse?
Yes, I saw the video. The fuck.
Okay, so the setup
Not
is...
cops. It was one cop that was being a dick. The other cop kind of had a look on his face like, "The fuck is going on?"
Okay, so a cop walks up to a nurse and says, "I need a blood test," and the person suspect, because it wasn't the victim or the criminal, because we don't know. So the suspect was unconscious, and so the cop walks up and goes, "I need a blood test," and the nurse goes, "Okay, well, let me tell you what you're going to need to do. I'm going to need a warrant. I'm going to need you to put this guy under arrest or something else. I'm going to need some sort of other...
Or they got to be able to... they have to be able to consent.
They have to be able to consent. Consent, arrest, or a warrant. And so this cop looks at this nurse and goes, so I'm not going to get my blood test. And she goes, that's all I can do. And so he arrested her and slammed her up against the wall and beat the crap out of her.
Yeah, it was not cool.
Now, the crazy part is, one of the reasons that this isn't... And I got to tell you, I'm not on Facebook right now because I'm done with Facebook for a while. I'm not sure when I'm going to get back on Facebook. It's just... I pulled out my Facebook yesterday and looked at it and went, yep, same shit. I'm done. And pretty much turned it off. So, one of the crazy parts is, this is in Utah.
Yeah.
That's a pissed off Mormon. Oh my God. Holy crap.
And I want to know what was so important that cop needed the blood test from an unconscious person who was the victim of a car accident.
To make sure that that person wasn't under the influence as well.
Doesn't matter.
He got hit head on.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I mean, that's...
pull that card. If that person was also intoxicated, they had no business being on the road, and therefore just as much as fault as the person that hit them.
The person that hit them, though, was in a police chase.
I get it.
I don't know.
Totally
so we're going back and forth right now
between
the producer and
let us know if you can hear Amanda speaking over here behind the computer.
Yeah, we'll have to go back and take a look at the thing to see if we can hear Amanda. But despite the fact, follow the law. Here's the thing: there's law, and then there's against the law. So you have legal and illegal. If you're being illegal, I don't care what your motivation is. You're being illegal.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter.
And now this cop should know this. That, and she was on the, not only that, she was on the phone with her supervisor on speakerphone, and her supervisor's telling the cop, look, and the cop's threatening the nurse. And the supervisor goes, sir, you're making a huge mistake right now. Yeah. And that's when the cop arrested her.
And he did. And he's on administrative leave.
Oh, he's going way past administrative
leave. Yeah, it went...
Let's talk about the Georgia cop after this. Did you guys hear about the Georgia cop?
Okay, we're being informed that now not only is there a Utah cop, there's a Georgia cop. And it's not as cool as Alabama State Troopers with mirrored sunglasses. The Georgia cops... It still could be exciting.
Let's hold off on the Georgia cops till after our break. That way we can kind of look it up and
yes.
Because like I said, we don't know if we can hear you. So if you're gonna sit there and tell a story and we're sitting here going like this, that's all people are gonna see.
Yeah. So we'll have to figure out what are we right now. Oh my goodness. Oh, we've only done 40 minutes.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that after we come back. Oh, sorry, I'm all.
We're very close.
Yes, we are.
Listen, it gets cold
just
on
made
the
my
hayride.
wife. It just made my wife extremely uncomfortable on that. She just. Anyways,
he generates a lot of heat.
No, I don't. No, I do not.
Oh, she's
that one right there.
She's the heater.
That one right there is a goddamn radiator.
Nice.
It could be freaking 20 degrees in the room, and I'm over there like trying to cover up with extra blankets, just because.
That's awesome.
Crazy.
That was like.
They could also be 90 degrees in the room, and she's.
Got the fan blowing on her. That only really happened when my wife was pregnant, and quite honestly, the last month of her pregnancy, I went and slept in the guest room. I was out.
See, I gotta have a fan on me every night.
Oh yeah.
But she likes having the fan on her, but then covers up with every blanket in the world. Exactly. See.
I like it cold, but.
My temperature thing is really weird. I love it when it's hot outside. I love it when it's really hot outside. I don't like being really hot inside. When I'm inside, I want it cooled. In the car, out in the house.
I've actually noticed this because we'll step out for him to grab a cigarette, and we'll be outside, and it's humid and hot, and I'm starting to sweat, and he doesn't. He just sits here. Okay, we're good. And then we go back inside, and it's like, oh, thank God.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's pretty, chill. Oh, that's okay. Josh wasn't on there. Oh yeah, Josh is away in Chicago right now.
Nice.
He's up in Chicago doing stuff for Broke Travelers. Go check out his Broke Travelers on Facebook. He's got a website now too.
Back Travelers.
Not Broke Back Travelers. Just Broke Travelers. The Broke Travelers. Go check out. You guys have heard and seen Josh on here, so yeah, go check him out. Yeah, he's up in Chicago right now, having a blast. So hope he doesn't get robbed like I did. Actually, he wasn't really robbed. He was bumped.
They took your wallet?
Yep. At the Navy Pier in uniform.
No respect.
And didn't find out because we went straight from the Navy Pier to Sears Tower. And that's where I found out because I went to pull out my military ID because they let you up for free at Sears Tower.
And you had nothing.
I had nothing. Now, the one thing he is doing...
That's a big deal in the Navy because they use your ID card for everything.
Well, and back then, this was before they did the smart cards. This was right before they did the smart cards, actually. So we just had the old green military ID, but yeah. So I had to go, and that sucked because that was...
You got to figure, dude, the last time I had a military ID, they used a Polaroid to take my picture. And you didn't get your ID until they filled up the whole sheet. So if it was a slow day at the ID place, they'd be like, yeah, come back in like 2 days when we fill up this whole thing. We'll give you a call. They didn't have digital anything.
But, no, so it was the second day of being graduated from boot camp because you got like a 3-day weekend. When, your family's in town, things like that. So they give you 3 days. So that last day I had to stay on base because I didn't have an ID. It was all right, though. We threw the football and kind of hung out with other people and stuff like that. But, yeah, but I was like, really fucking, you're going to steal a wallet from a sailor in uniform at the Navy Pier?
Yeah. Dicks.
But Josh is going to do something that I really want to do. That they got in Chicago. It's called Chicago 360, which is way awesome. Now, if you've ever been up to the Sears Tower, have you ever been up there? Okay.
Never been to Chicago.
You go to the top, and you go to the window.
Did they let you up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
They did, yeah. They understood.
Were you in uniform?
I was in uniform, yeah.
Sure, no.
So what you do is you go up to the top of Sears Tower, and I don't even know if it's still called Sears Tower. I know it was supposed to be changed to Ron White's big old fucking building, but remember he was suing Sears. Okay, so you go up there, and they got the windows all around the top floor, and you walk up to the window, and you put top of your head against the window, and you can see straight down.
Oh wow,
and it's really cool. But what Chicago 360 is, you go at the top of this building, you get up against the window, hold on to the handles, and the fucking shit tilts out. Over the streets of Chicago.
Holy crap.
It looks awesome. But they didn't have that shit when I was there like 15 or 18 years ago.
I know the Empire State Building, they had to put up screens because people were chucking pennies off to see if they could...
yes. Kill someone?
Well, no, actually the Mythbusters proved that it just hurts. It won't actually kill you because the...
They proved that is somebody standing down there getting hit by one?
Yeah. Because they found out what the terminal velocity of a penny was. They geared up a gun to shoot a penny at terminal velocity and shot at him with it. That's what they do. I saw that one.
You guys are supposed to be smart.
No, they're not that smart. Well, Adam's pretty smart. Jamie's just good at building stuff that approximates smart. That was my biggest thing with Mythbusters. I actually lost a lot of respect for at least half of the Mythbusters when they were looking at Tesla myths, and Jamie couldn't make a Tesla device in 10 minutes and said, well, he was obviously full of crap. Really? So you're smart.
Jamie?
Jamie was the mustache one who was kind of a special effects guy and kind of a dumbass. Yeah. No. No. Yeah. I'm smarter than Tesla. And that's when Grant showed up and goes, oh, you mean like this? And proceeded to use a little device and a laptop and replicate something just like that.
I have a question. And I want to pose it out to people because we're talking sciencey stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
That was a technical term. Sciencey. Like the metal shaving things with magnets.
Yes.
Where you make the metal shavings do cool shit with magnets. Does that work with an electromagnet? Magnet.
What are you talking about?
Like making shavings move.
Well,
Metal
yeah,
shaving
an electromagnet will suck them from across the room. Electromagnetic is just a bigger, more powerful magnet.
Not necessarily. Now, if you create electromagnetic field, will it make them move?
No. There's a difference between an electromagnetic field. An electromagnetic field is created by your phone and your laptop and anything. Anytime you put a current through a wire, it creates an electromagnetic field. To create a magnetic field, you have to use specific properties in a specific way, and it creates a magnetic field. So a magnetic field is different than just an electromagnetic field.
Okay. That's all I need to know. Asking for a friend.
Okay. Yes. So yeah. Now, if you if
I hate that phrase now.
asking for a friend.
Oh. Yeah, I'll explain that one.
Okay,
outside.
so
that was more of a personal thing.
So if you take like an extension cord and coil it, all of the electricity will run together and it'll melt the extension cord into one big coil.
That's why you don't leave your extension cords
Right.
coiled.
You have to run them out and create
space.
Yeah, a magnet. I'm not sure I think you can do it with copper. You do it with copper and something, and then run a current through it, and it'll create a magnetic field.
So
But
basically, that's
Google
why something doesn't stick to my phone, because my phone is kind of magnet. It has
Mine is, though.
electromagnetic current going through it, but it's not a magnet.
Mine is.
I know yours is because that's the way your phone is.
His is too.
Mine's mine has magnetic things on the back. Yeah.
Well, the whole back of it, really.
Yeah. So probably they've used some sort of magnetic thing. It's not electromagnetic.
Okay.
It's just magnetic. Magnets are metals that have been exposed to a magnetic field till they vibrate in a certain way that attracts other
What I'm
metals.
trying to find is something that can move around when an electromagnetic field comes into contact with it.
You'd have to have like wheels, and when the electromagnetic field hits it, a motor runs it and drives it off.
Okay.
So
Now, is there some kind of like maybe ionized water that can do anything like that? Like
ionized water? No.
Okay.
No. If you're talking like
I'm talking about using it for paranormal purposes.
Oh, I figured. The Russians do something with ionized water where they say it has certain health properties. And so
like,
they,
if you
they
like
charge the
if
water.
you like have a mist that's charged, and something that's giving off electromagnetic field steps into it.
You can't charge a mist.
Well, it's
That's
water.
called plasma. Yeah, well, water doesn't really have a charge.
Well,
That's the purpose of water. Is it's a neutral charge because it's two hydrogens and an oxygen. So its outer ring has been fulfilled. So it is a neutral charge.
But it's also a conductor.
Well, things can move through water,
Yeah.
but the water itself doesn't get charged.
Oh. Well, that sucks. I'm trying to find cool shit to catch ghosts with, damn it.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know how to spray. Oh yeah, you know what ionized water is called? Holy water. That's why holy water chases ghosts away. You just got to get a squirt bottle full of holy water. I'm gonna get a squirt bottle full of holy water. I'm gonna treat him like a cat when he gets all out of line. And
They're
then
teaming up against me now.
our producer goes, and leave it for me. So yeah, I'll have to swing by the Monsignor and get some holy water blessed.
Isn't cool at all.
I should have seen. Cool.
Did you know 25% of iPhone users use an iPhone with a broken screen?
20% of iPhone users use an
25.
iPhone. 25% of iPhone users use an iPhone with a broken screen. I'm not surprised.
1 out of 4.
Not surprised
1 out
at
of
all.
4 iPhone users.
How many teenagers who use a phone, period, are using a broken screen?
I had a broken screen on my last phone.
I did too. Now it's even worse since it got given to the teenager. I had like 2 cracks on it. Now it's like spider webbed all over the damn place.
He had an X.
I did.
It's an X phone. It's his X phone.
Dad jokes.
But anyway, we'll just.
I think it's time to take a break.
We're gonna take a break.
We're gonna take a break.
And
we're gonna
grab your phone, and I'm gonna figure out how to do this one.
Yeah, you got to. All right, so we're gonna take a break here. We'll be back, you guys. See you in a second.
It says stop streaming. Cut. Cut or oh no,
Yeah.
I just want to fade. Stop streaming or stop recording.
Stop. You're not even recording. You're just streaming.
Oh, I'm just streaming.